What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Well, the siege of Reusdorf has begun. Unfortunately, I had to exit out for just a second. We ended up getting attacked, and there's not much that I could do about it, so it looks like we do get some militia help, though. So I don't know how good the militia are going to be, but at the bare minimum, maybe we can use them as meat shields while we go through and handle, like, the serious work. So let's go. The siege of Reusdorf can only end one of two ways. Either we die or they die. So let's put them on these shields, shall we? Okay, so it looks like militia is making up the northern end of the line, where we've been given the southern end of the line. I like how they're all gang affiliated. They've all got like their 1970s gang affiliate armbands on, like, warriors, come out to play, yay! Best line ever. Where did that guy go? He played the bad guy in like every 80s movie ever and then just vanished. There's only 8 of them, and so I think we should be alright. We're just going to put up a spear wall. That's all that we can do. The archers should be able to fall back and deal a little bit of damage right here. Until the next turn, I think we're just going to hang tight, though, because I don't think anything's going to happen. I'm going to let the militia bear the brunt of this strike. That guy's got a knife. All the guys fall. Why are you guys running away before the battle has even started? Goddamn militia. This is why nobody respects you. This is why Cornwallis made fun of you. They are militia. They are not to be trusted. See, the militia is folding time and time and time again. And unfortunately, why are you guys running? Stop! Hold the line! No! Militia, you are our only chance at winning right now. You understand that, right? Like, you're it. We have no other chance. I can't fight these guys on my own. I've got like 8 guys with gear that are wounded and 3 guys that are brand new with spears and stuff. That's all that I've got. If militia doesn't jump in on this one, at least fire some arrows or something. Go! I mean, if you guys don't jump in on this one, I think we are in deep, deep doo-doo. We should be able to handle this no problem over here, although we do run the risk of getting ourselves decapitated, so I may shift this line slightly down this way. Let's go ahead and keep that running. Several scary guys running at us. You too. I don't know what that means in Orcish, but I can only assume it's offensive. You are an orc after all. Your mere existence offends me, so why should I assume that anything else you do would not be offensive either? Okay, and so on this turn, he's the last one left. Well, while we're watching out for decapitations... Oh, there's the big hit from the bill hook right there! The bills have come due, and they have been hooked. So I don't know if you guys want to form up on the line right here and help out a little bit. It would be cool. There it is! I may block this right here because he's got a shield, and it seems like a good idea. There it is. Help out, militia. I need your backup right now. If you guys don't help, we're not going to make this one. They might have been falling back because I was holding the line, maybe? I don't know what that guy's doing, but hey, get into combat as much as it pleases you. You and your weird He-Man looking haircut. Someday I'm going to have a haircut just like that, and I'm going to put it up on my Facebook for likeses. That's the only point of a haircut like that, is for Facebook likeses. Well, who can I shoot? Who'd you want me kill? That one. He got victim written on his forehead. Why you would write that on your forehead? That seems like a real... It's kind of like putting your blood type on your boots. It just seems like bad luck. It seems like a jinx. Don't allow your head to be sawed off with a machete. Tactic... How did he get to that spot right there? Interesting. I don't know how he took that position. Either way, though, let's get going with some pain on this side. Clear this line up a little bit and let the orcs know how it goes down in Reusdorf, because it's rough hood down in Reusdorf. It gets real hairy. They call it the low Reusdorf, where things get real all day, every day in the field. So if I do his flaily thing, what does that do? It just hits him and all my friends. Okay, hitting your friends is not how I want to start this thing off. I'll probably go in on one attack right there and then go shield wall. It seems conducive to the plan that we have acting right now. I'm going to have him hold the shield line because he's wounded already, and I don't want him to get engaged in a fight that he can't ostensibly win. Is that the correct use? I don't know. Ostensibly? I like ostensibly. It's a good word. Sounds good. It reminds me of stencily. And stencils make me happy. Look at you with your shield and your tactics and your skills. Alright, let there be a hole in the line. So shall it be said by Splattercat, the terrible tactician. 52 from there, 42 from there. Go for the big hit. Yeah, this guy's claiming skulls on this side. This guy's hovering through the trees like predators, like... just taking out orcs. Pretty soon they're going to be telling their children bedtime stories about Sigurd. This guy over here got the hook that everybody loves. Damn. Have I mentioned how much I like you, Sigurd? I hope you don't die in the next 2 to 3 battles. It'll make me sad. Plus, I paid money for you, so I kind of need you to hang in there for a little while. Avoid being decapitated. That's the goal of the day. Hey, you killed an orc. Good for you, man. Good for you. How come they're performing so much better in this battle than they did in the last one? Did I make tactical mistakes? Stop shooting arrows into the front lines, man. That's a very, very shady tactic, and I don't appreciate it. No, militia man! Generic individual with beard and or hair. I'm gonna miss you so much. I don't know much, but I know I love you. Now you're dead. All I need to know. Yeah, that militia man ain't gonna make it. I can tell you that right now. We should probably come help, but alright, let's come help. He just banged his shield against his face. Orc ready for battle! And then just like smacked himself in the face with his own shield. Glung. That's the sound that a shield makes when you hit yourself in the face with it. Don't ask how I know. I did research. Glunga! Glunga, glunga, glunga hit me in the face with a shield. Oh no, 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 no. Well, I guess I'll just put up a shield wall right here. I don't think he's too stoked about joining the fight, though. Yeah, keep stabbing him. No matter how much he complains, just keep stabbing. Kill them all. All orcs must die. A little bit more damage on that side, cleaving him across the face and all over the place with my mace. It's a morning star, but you know what? For the sake of the rhyme, I think we can make some concessions here. Oh, Sigurd! Sigurd! You killy little bastard. I love you, man. I love you. See, I knew I made the right decision on him. I knew it. There was something about Sigurd where I told myself, I'm going to call him the Bill Collector from now. I'm going to change his name in between fights. He's going to be the Bill Collector. Coming for that ass. Over here on this side, fire arrows at him, sure. I know I said not to do that, but you know what? It's kind of fun, so do it anyways. Keep him getting worked on. I don't think we have any axes or anything remaining. Oh, you just got jumped, pal. He went up on top of that thing, and you have to visual. Oh, the militia man, yes! See, like I like to envision that like it was from a movie. Like he jumped off the thing, he landed with his shield, and then the other guy with the bow came up and around the shield block and was just like, and put it into his throat. And he's like, oh, I'm an orc and I've been shot in my throat. Oh my god, this storyline has taken a marked turn. And then he falls over and dies, because that's all orcs are good for. All orcs die. I don't know if I mentioned that just yet. And it's not because I'm a mean, cruel-hearted, and/or orcish racist person. It's just because I hate orcs, and they all need to die. No! Who was that? Oh, it was a militia. Okay, I'm okay with that. Alright. It's funny how they always kill the militia first. It's like the militia just have blade magnets. Just like around their headspace. There we go. We finished it off. So we didn't lose anybody, right? That's all that I care about. The militia can die in droves. Days wounded. He's definitely going to need some help. Bad loot, too. We could use some gold. Wow. Alright, so you know why I called it the Siege of Reusdorf? Because there's a second set of orcs out here that are planning on attacking. It's not just that first group. There are multiple groups of orcs. I don't suppose you guys, like, filled up or anything. No, you didn't. Okay. Well, it may be time to abandon Reusdorf to the wilds. I don't know. Let me sell off some of this random orcish loot since our characters can't use it anyways. We'll see where that leaves us in terms of cash flow and credit. I'm keeping some of this stuff. Some people have mentioned, like, you know you can sell your stuff, right? Yeah, I know. I just did it. But anyways, I'm keeping a lot of this stuff in reserve just in case we come across characters or we need shields or anything, like in future fights. Because once your shield and your armor and your weapon break, they're broken permanently. And so it's always a good idea to have, like, a reserve stack of weapons somewhere in your camp screen just in case. Well, let's have a look at the jobs. This guy's got a quest to Hammererden. This guy wants us to go to Heidemark. I'll go with Heidemark for right now. I don't know where these other orcs are at, but there was another group out here somewhere. So stoked about the fact that we won that siege. The Siege of Reusdorf had the real propensity to get real. I'm kind of tired of fighting orcs right now. Orcs are a bad prospect for me. I wish you could leave them walking while you did your leveling and stuff like that. Just like take the risk. Like, yeah, I don't care, whatever. Grimald, you are now level 5. Grimald, I want you to have fatigue, I want you to have melee skill, and a little bit more melee defense, because I appreciate you and I don't want you to die. In your skill sheet, I will more than likely increase your shield defense because you're getting to the point now in your career where you're valuable, and if I lose you, I'll spend like the next 20 minutes crying and weeping and just being upset. See, we have 2 Sigurds, so one of these guys, he's going to be the Bill Collector after this. The Bill Collector. Sigurd number 1. So we'll give him, what does he have going on? He's definitely going to need some more fatigue, a little bit more skill. That works out perfectly fine, and since he's using a mace, we'll go ahead and give him let's give him the increased chance to hit for AoEs, just in case he gets surrounded at any point. It might be a good idea. He's using a flail anyways, which gives him an AoE, so we might as well build him to be an AoE character. He's got a spear. Hartmut, we will give you a little bit more fatigue just to make sure you never run out again. 115 seems to be about right. I think that offsets, like he's at 93 right now with all of his gear, so that's a lot more acceptable than where he was at before. And then we'll call this, let's give him the shield bonus as well, because like I said with previous characters, he's actually becoming valuable and we don't want him to die. It won't protect him from being instantly one-shotted, but what are you going to do? Sigurd, my dude. Let's get Sigurd going right here. Need to start working on his fatigue because I'd like to get him into better armor as soon as possible. And then we need to rename him too. But for right now, let's give him a better chance to hit by using that one right there. That's actually a lot of the early talents. I don't like them that much. Like the first tier does not appear to have that much that I'm really sort of super stoked about. I wish there was an extra tree that just sort of had like flatline hit chance and stuff in it, and then these ones would all be weapon specific. So I'd love to see it someday if they got rid of offense, defense, and utility, and instead they split this into weapons individually, like a whole entire screen that you had, kind of like a Titan Quest, where there was just a ton of talent trees, and you could build guys around certain weapons and things like that. As of right now, there are synergies, but Oh, 9 lives seems kind of nice if you're trying to save people. Nimble. Don't block, evade. You get 100% melee defense with the no shield. So Nimble would be the one that we want to work him towards then. Oh, no, it's his offhand. Never mind. Has to be free. So it's essentially if you're like fighting with one weapon and nothing else. Okay. Well, things to think about for the future, but I guess we'll worry about that bridge once we cross it, which is kind of funny because we're crossing a bridge right now, but I don't know if it fully counts as being humorous. The old-ass guard tower. You don't want to see the new guard tower. The new it's been a dick about it. The new guard tower, it's all shiny. It uses new construction techniques. Really been making the old guard tower feel bad lately, and so I feel like we should probably... Ooh, hey. New hat and then new armor. Yep. Got anything else for me down in here? We could start upgrading to big shields. But I like the round shields that we have for right now. We could get crossbows. Chance to hit is up by 5%. Does 40 to 60. What's its AP cost? Out of curiosity. It's not that big of a deal, so I guess we could just leave right now. But I'd like to play around with the crossbows at some point. Let's get you into some real armor, shall we? There we go. And then we got to rename you, obviously. Call him the Bill Collector. No! Bill Collector. Or we could just call him the Tax Man. Yep, that's his new name. He's the Tax Man. The Tax Man. That's amazing. Alright, you gotta earn a nickname in this game. It's kind of like an XCOM. It gives you nicknames, but honestly, they have to earn nicknames from me. We could do the shelter in between ruins on our way up here, but I think that might lead to us losing a few of our characters that we just had. Instead, what I'm going to say is that I'm going to... Where are we going? We're going to Heidemark, which is way up in the north. I think that'll probably work out for us right now. Might be a good plan to maybe slate some of the stuff in our stash for repair so that we could sell it off later on. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. So repair all the broken stuff. It'll probably use up a lot of our tools, but oh well. I'd like to be able to sell that stuff off, and in a lot of cases what'll happen is if you spend the time repairing it, you'll actually make more than enough money to buy the new tools that you need in order to replace the ones that you used up. Plus, you'll have a little bit of an excess hanging around like 35, 45 gold. It's not much, but if you think about it over the course of selling 100 items, you know, that's quite a bit more gold that you managed to save. Scrimp on a little bit. I love scrimps. Scrimps are delicious. That's what people call shrimp sometimes. They be like, I call them scrimps. Eat them scrimps because they delicious. Let's see. I'll probably get rid of you. You. I should probably swap out some of my spearmen for axemen. The maximum fatigue is a little bit higher, and while I do like spear wall, the falchion, I have no idea if it's good or not. I've never actually used it. Short sword we can get rid of. Some of this random stuff too. Probably keep the mace. We'll get rid of them. Make a little bit of cash along the way. You got to make some money in this game. If you don't have the money, you can't really do much. It's unfortunate. And we are paying each of these guys to be in our presence. So, unfortunately, now that they're rifling around under the tree, let's go to Hammer Raritan and see if we can't pick up a few more mercenaries. Might be a decent plan. Oh, there's undead scouts. They're running away. They were actually sieging Hammer Raridan when we came in. I'd like to spend some money on somebody that's good right now. Like Otmar the Mad. We have the money, and he would automatically be equipped. He gets paid a lot, though. That's the only downside, is that, like, let's say you hire somebody for cheap. I don't think they actually ever cost more, even after you level them up. I think their cost stays the same. So yeah, whatever you hire them at the first place seems to be where they stay as they level up. And so if you can get a weak guy and you can level him, it's a better plan in the long term, because you get to tailor his stats, you get to tailor his armor, and then you pay him a way, way, way less than you would somebody you just hire straight out of the gate. So there it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Sorry about that. One of those minor, like, little things. Ever since I moved here, it's always just, like, little things. And unfortunately, like, I hate doing these little cuts because they feel so unprofessional to me, but I don't know. They don't take up that much space, so maybe I just overthink it and I hate them a little bit too much. We should probably pick up somebody here that can actually fight on our behalf, who's reasonably well equipped and strong enough to kill somebody. Conrad comes with a bill hook, so he actually comes, essentially, he is the value of his equipment right now. He might be workable. Yeah, and he used to be what? He used to be militia, so there you go. You know he's going to have at least a little bit of melee skill. Like, he's been spending some time up on the horse, or whatever the hell that thing's called. That wooden, it's a little wooden stick man, and then you hit it with a sword. I don't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's called a horse or like a mule or something like that. I just can't remember exactly what it's called. So going through the forest here, we might find ourselves engaged. I've been attacked a couple times going through this forest, and I never feel good about it, but I don't think it's going to turn out too poorly. He could use better armor because he's wearing rags right now. Let's at least get him into a nice leather shirt so that he doesn't run too much of a risk of dying. Got a lot of people without hats on right now. That's the other problem that we're looking at, so we may need to find a location where blacksmithing is actually taking place. I would say that on the front end, the wares in these locations actually do not cycle around quickly enough. They need to cycle out they need to cycle out quickly, because honestly, every single time I go back to buy loot anywhere, they don't have any. Like, once I have some money to actually spend, they tend to be cleared out. And so we do have our 12 out of 12, so we run a decent chance just based on numbers of surviving, because a large portion of the strategy that goes into this game is just having like a full squad. If I had to tell you one thing that you want to work towards in the early game, it's getting a 12 out of 12 group and just like going after it. That's a bandit group right there. I may try to run them down. I don't know if I can. I think they're faster than me. Oh, we got bandit ambushers. Okay, so we'll fight with them. They got a marksman, thugs, and some raiders. Yeah, that sounds good. I think we can handle this. I'll try to keep all the guys with bill hooks in the back line. That first shot right there, he already got it off, huh? I don't get how their range is so much better than mine a lot of the time. It's weird. Like, I bet that I can't fire that far if I was to give it a go. Let's just have people hang out for right now. Like, there really is no purpose in advancing. Like, just let them come to our lines and we'll deal with them once they get here. I'll move him to there. Take a swipe right there, and yep, he's already wavering and breaking. Siege, you want to be the first guy into the line? That's why I don't charge. Right there. That guy, perfect example. Like, if you were in the military tactics handbook of why you should not be the first guy to hit the enemy line, his picture would be there. It would say, Exhibit A. I need to move you into the back of the lines because you've got the bill hook, just like this guy over here. You always want to keep them in the back line, and they'll just shift down and around the line to hit people every single turn. They've got 6 AP. See, like, I can't fire that far. I don't get how his range is further than mine. He must have a skill or something that allows him to shoot farther. I suppose he's not even on elevated ground, so I don't know how that works. Let's engage with this dude. It looks like they're overextending themselves right now. This part of the line can just stay put. Be where you are. After fighting with the orcs, these guys don't scare me that much. Like, orcs are really, really a major problem. Whereas these guys, if you can kill them, they're basically just a loot pinata. I mean, even losing one soldier is not that big of a deal against these dudes, especially since we've got them outnumbered at this point. Probably just mob in on this guy right here. Maybe try and jump to that part of the line, although I had a feeling that might happen. We'll do a little bit more damage. We should be able to finish him on the next turn. Looks like there's only 6 of them, so I should probably assign somebody to running down the archer to make sure that he doesn't continue with his shenaniganry. Now we push the flank. Looks like we got a guy with a sword. We should be able to get... I'm hoping we can get some armor out of this thing. They got a lot of guys here who have some really, really good equipment, and I want it to be my equipment. I'm going to go to right there because that gives him multiple targets that he can swing at on his next turn. Move you over to here. That's kind of just like a move of... It's not really... I don't know. It's just a gimme move. It's nothing that I want to do or have any particular strategy or raid with. It's just a move. Let me take some shots at this guy on the next turn. Alright, another bandito down. Fill the gap in the line. Move him down by 1. Take a swipe right there with a 39% chance to hit. He managed to bring it on home, so good for him. He's going to get counterattacks on each of these. And with 275% chance, wow, 275% chances, he still managed to miss. Oh well. A little bit of damage right there, but it was all to the head. It might be worth it to stop using so many spears now that we're into the mid-game. I might engage with this guy. Oh, there's a guy right there up above us. Well, at least he missed. I forgot about the guy in the bushes. Okay, there's a guy in the bushes. Things to note with oneself. Guy in bushes. Checkaroonie. Probably have him run down this guy just to make him pay. This should be a kill on this turn. Yeah. I'm gonna say I don't see a whole lot of ways he's gonna make it out of that melee right there. This guy's gonna bring out a weapon, which means he's not gonna run, which is great for us. This guy, my hope was that we would take him out with the bill hook, but it didn't go that way. Please don't shoot our own guys. I would really appreciate it. Unfortunately, well, no, he got the armor off. That's good. That means we're down to pretty much nothing right now. It's disappointing because that means we can't loot his helmet or his armor, though. So I prefer to just go for, like, take off the helmet and then get an instant kill. Essentially, we're guaranteeing that we're going to get poor loot right now when we go through the armor like this. Yeah. No helmets for us. We might get one off him. Yeah, he dropped a shield and some other stuff. That's going to use up too many AP, so let's not walk through there. Instead, we'll allow him to have his day. There's another one down, which leaves us with 2 banditos remaining. I was hoping for 1 bandito by the end of this, but... ah, well, what are you going to do? His hit rate is not so bueno. See if I can get other people into the combat too. Maybe get that overwhelm bonus running. I don't know if you get extra experience for scoring the kill in this game. That's one of those little factoids I haven't looked up, and I don't think the wiki is fully populated yet. Like, the game actually has not been that popular. I was hoping the game would get a lot more coverage because I think it's a game that's doing interesting things. And in a world where so many indie games are just like recycling old stuff, it's rare that you get interesting little strategy titles like this. And so, since Mountain Blade was essentially the last one that we got, I was hoping that, you know, I tried to shine some light on it, but sometimes that's the best that I can do as a YouTuber. I wish that I could make the game more popular. I wish I could make it sell more copies. But at the end of the day, I just got to wait it out and see. You know, the developers, it's on them now, I guess. They got to continue to make the game more awesome than it is right now to draw more people in. But as it stands, I don't know how their sales have been or anything like that, but I'm hoping the game is able to continue development because it would be a real crying shame if this one ended up getting canceled. It's a very, very good game. I enjoy everything about it, from the presentation on up to, you know, the way the whole thing functions, from mechanics to presentation. The game's got it all. You won. So in the loot, yeah, bad loot. We got a helmet. I mean, it's something. I was hoping we get a little bit of gold out too, so that we could actually repurpose that, make it do what we needed it to do. We could go after these ambushers if we really wanted to run them down outside of Heidemark. I don't know if it would be worth the effort though. Yeah, we'll go around the long way if we have to see if we can catch them, but I think that because they're a smaller group, they might be able to outrun us. I don't know if there's any particular skills or anything you can take to actually make yourself move faster across the world map, but I wish there was, such that I could catch this guy. Like maybe some like leader skills or something that I could level up as we win battles. Like one that would be essentially an invisible version of myself who runs the company that has mostly managerial stuff that affects like how much money you pay for various services, how fast you move on the overmap, things like that. Let's just go to Heidemark. I don't think we're going to run him down. Alright, bulbs of churning smoke pipe out of Heidemark's chimneys. Your men smell meat in the air and you give them the nod to go seek it. While they merrily attend to a pub, you find the recipient of the package, a person who turns out to be a rather short woman. Heidemark welcomes you, stranger, and I welcome this package, of course. As promised, here is your reward. That's actually the artist rendition of the woman right there. She actually has a pretty amazing beard. It's just, that's what she does. And so now that we've made it on into Heidemark, we've made a little bit of cash. Not enough to justify the journey, but that's why I stopped to kill people along the way. See, like, why are all the shops so empty? Like, how is that affected? Like, what keeps the shops from replenishing like that? Because as it stands right now, there's a giant problem where there's no jobs and there's no anything, like in any of the towns. I feel like I spent a lot of time wandering around accomplishing nothing. I'm going to go check some of the other towns. Maybe we'll go back and... I don't know, I'll head back to Marburg. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Battle Brothers. I hope that they make the inventories recycle faster on the stores. I don't know if that's affected by caravans or how that works, but as it stands right now, the map is basically blank. Like, none of the towns have anything inside of them. There's nobody to hire. There's nobody to give jobs. There's nobody to do really anything, and so, I don't know. It's odd. I'll see y'all later. Hi-do, everybody.